We all make bad choices, bad decisions, all of us, and that's okay. The biggest problem is not about making good decisions or bad decisions, it's about not making a decision.
Okay, so today Sunny's going to be talking to us about the value of decision making in life, and I think we can all agree that sometimes a single decision can have a huge impact on our future, and sometimes avoiding decisions can have just as much of an impact or lack thereof. All right, so in order to take this forward, and so that we can really delve and get more insight into the impact that decisions have on us, so Sunny.
All right, so I can see everyone. So amazing to see a lot of wonderful people on this call. So the topic that we will have today is the value of decision making in life. Having the ability to make a decision is really important, and ability to make more quality decisions is what's going to determine the quality of our life. We all make bad choices, bad decisions, all of us, and that's okay. The problem is a lot of people in the world, they have hard time making decisions. Indecision is the zone that they normally live in. They want to make a decision, but they can't. So let's talk about indecision first. Right? So we all know that the quality decision, the right decision is what we all want. And we will make good decisions, we will make bad decisions. More good decisions we will make. And what good means is what is good for you. Better it is. And the biggest problem is not about making good decisions or bad decisions. It's about not making a decision. Ankur, what comes to your mind? Definition of indecision.
Indecision or indecisiveness is your inability to process the information and make a decision in a timely manner, because even if you make a right decision, but if it is delayed, then it is also an indecision or a wrong decision or the worst decision. So indecisiveness or indecision is not able to process the information on time to make a decision, have the courage to make the decision no matter what.
Yes. So I think the timeline. So let's say you are not able to make a choice. Indecision is really not being able to make a choice. Decide. Yes, a lot of people shared that it comes from uncertainty, not being clear, or not being clear with the choice that you want to make, not being clear to, like, not being probably clear about yourself in terms of your values, in terms of your own mindsets, in terms of your priorities, in terms of outcomes that you're looking for. When you're not able to make a decision, then the problem don't go away. If it's a decision to solve a problem, if it's a decision to just make a choice, take a path that you want to take, not making a decision, you're stuck because you can't move. When you decide, let's say there's something that you want to make a decision on, you you decide that I'm not going to make a decision for 3 months. That's a decision. But when you don't have the deadline, the timeline to make a decision, then it's indecision. I hope you're tracking the difference there. So indecision is not a indecision when you do decide timeline not to make a decision. So we have created a tool for you to reflect on your indecisions. I just wanted to establish what is indecision, first of all, and why people normally are indecisive. People that normally overthink. I mean, every one of us have different strengths. A lot of us have fact finding as our main strength. When that strength is not used properly, it can also become your liability as well. Because you want to move, you want to make a decision and move, but you're not moving because you want more facts to be more clear. And there is nothing wrong with it. Just making a decision that, okay, I'm going to collect information that I need to make a decision. In the previous example, 3 months, or it could be 1 month, or it could be 2 months. That's a decision. You're not indecisive. You just want to calculate more to make a decision. When we talk about calculated risk, you are a calculated risk taker on the higher side. I mean, your probably fact finding strength requires you to have a lot of facts to make a decision, and that's great. But knowing how much time do you need to collect that information to make a decision, then it's not your indecision. You have decided to make a decision within a timeline, then it's that's good. And it's that fear of failure. Why do we want all the facts? Because we want to make best of the best choice. We want to have the greatest option available to us. We want to be successful with what we decide on. We want the decision to be in good decisions, great decisions. So, bottom line here is that when we are overthinking and we are not making a decision, asking ourselves, what information do I need to make a decision? What is my fear? What is my uncertainty? What is my doubt to make a decision? What do I need to clarify? What fears I need to face? So, having those questions for yourself in your toolbox will help you not stay in that indecisive state. You can be a better decision maker. So, your indecisions versus decisions, we will be reflecting on those two columns. And what we were discussing earlier, that not making a decision is a bigger problem than a bad decision. Bad decisions are always better than indecisions because that helps you learn. It's your R&D. It's your learning moment. So your worst indecisions, that's what we're reflecting on right now. If we can think of your three worst indecisions. Anyone want to volunteer sharing their worst indecision?
So I'll share one. I think last year, I delayed my IM course by a year, and when we were discussing about indecision, when you asked this question, that was going in my mind. When you use the word fact finder, so I was doing over comparison that which course is better, which course I pick. So I missed the opportunity, but I delayed the opportunity by a year. And that's, I think, I consider my worst in the season.
Thank you for sharing that, Steve. Let's give some love to Steve, guys, for being courageous to especially share his worst indecision. Anyone else?
I can go, Sunny.
Okay, go ahead.
So, so I think this is a recent one. So lately, I've been struggling with the decision of whether to fully commit to a healthy lifestyle by adopting better eating habits, or to continue with the familiar routine that I've been following from years. So on the other hand, on one hand, I know that making healthier choices will support my fitness goals, improve my overall well-being, and help me more energetic. But on the other hand, my current lifestyle is more comfortable, convenient, and includes the food I enjoy without strict uh, restrictions. So yeah, this is the dilemma. Although I know that healthy lifestyle will be a benefit for me, but I'm trying to do that. So this is a recent dilemma or the indecision in my life going on.
So Abhishek, if I'm hearing you right, is that fear of missing out on pakoras and samosas?
Yes, I'm a big foodie. I am a big foodie and I love street food of India. So yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for sharing, Abhishek.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Yeah. So, Sunny, I started my career with Army, and my role was more into a quarter. But after joining and working there for 1.5 years, I realized that I'm not a quarter as a person. I'm more like a, people like a person. And but I was not able to decide because that was a sort of government job and pocket money and everything was coming up. This was before marriage, and it took around I think 3 to 4 years to make a career call to get into the HR periphery that I always wanted. But I wasted good 6 to 7 years in doing all that. That was the indecision I had in my career start.
Thank you for sharing that, Vipin. Now, think about life within those four wheels that we talk about. It's health, relationships, career, and our impact. We heard career examples, two of them. Steve shared that, Vipin shared that. Then Abhishek, his decision uh, to keep samosas as his option, not deciding on eating healthy food. So health being the example. Other two pieces are indecisions in terms of relationships and impact, your legacy. So either it's our indecision to not be healthy, indecisions for not being able to keep healthy people around us. And when I say healthy people, mean I'm talking about the mindsets. Not being able to have healthy career or the legacy. I want to share some my indecisions, my worst indecisions and bad decisions. So a lot of team members know that ITBD we was founded in 2003 in New York City, um, and then 24/7 delivery center in India was 2007, and then we had a lot of our competitors. They started coming to us because we built something unique, which was 24/7 knock and help desk with the US service standards. And a lot of other MSPs that they were our competitors and they couldn't build it, but they needed it. So they had to come to us and we became MSP of MSPs, Master MSP in 2013. And what happened in that journey from 2013 to 2019? Now we have MSP in New York City that we as a team decided that we will not be going direct to the end customer because that creates channel conflict and we will only go through other MSPs. So we're going to stop selling to SMBs. So the overall thinking that okay, this is what we want to do, but then indecision to not set a timeline that okay, if we are not growing this business is not going to go anywhere, and we should set timeline that what are we going to do with that business unit or the product that you can call it. So the product that we did not want to sell to small medium-sized businesses directly, we had to discontinue that, but we did not decide on a date to stop. And we lost probably millions of dollars, multi-million dollars for that indecision. So in our journey, when I'm thinking of what was that indecision that really I can highlight that as a worst indecision, where I was not able to make a decision because clarity, more fact finding, fear of, okay, if the new product didn't work, what's going to happen? It was that fear of or uncertainty that what if this doesn't work out? What if this happens? So I did not take time with the team to ask the second question that, okay, by when we're going to discontinue this product? Because if that was the case, we could we could save a lot of that loss, the value of that product, and it costed us millions of dollars for continuing with the indecision to exit that product. From the bad decisions point of view, what we started with in the beginning, that maybe the this whole employee engagement module is going to work, and the decision was that let's do this employee engagement as a feature in the product. But when we tested it in the market and that alone did not work, so you can call it a bad decision that the product that you envisioned in the beginning, that this was 2022, and then you spending millions of dollars to get that software developed, and then testing in the market and seeing, okay, market demand is not just this, so it's a bad decision. But then taking that bad decision and saying, okay, we made a bad decision, let's make this decision right. So make a decision, and when it's a bad decision, make it right. So then we are okay. So what is the market looking for? If they're not looking for this initial piece, what else are they looking for? They're looking for more performance management in the remote workplace. Companies are having problems where remote workers having hard time not understanding what is expected from them. And there is so much pain in the market where the manager is looking for more alignment and productivity, and the person sitting at home is not able to get that clarity and being able to contribute effectively. That, okay, the market in the post-COVID workplace, there is so much friction going on between the person who's working from home and the company. There are so many people and companies, they are in that unhappy state in their relationship because it's not working out for them. And why don't we create a module which can help the companies, which can help a lot of companies, a lot of people to get aligned? And when we did that, Team GPS started getting a lot more clients. So that's, making a decision that we're going to launch something new, then being able to take it to the market, and then being able to make it right. So bad decision gave us learning, gave us what was working, was not working with the decision that we made. And then from that not working piece, making it working piece, uncertainty piece to certainty piece, having strategies to make uncertainties our certainties, not working list to working list. At least it was a fee to learn. In any university, you have to go and you have to pay fee. As Steve was talking about earlier, making a decision to take a course. So you can learn in many different ways. One way to learn is to go to class. Another way to learn is make a bad decision. Make a decision. It could be good, it could be bad, but you will learn. Learning from bad decisions is the key. And the price that you pay for bad decision is your tuition fee to grow. Okay, so the second list, if you can now share that tool, let's think of bad decisions. The way I used an example where that making a decision, understanding what works, what doesn't work with the team GPS, and then evolving it. What are your best bad decisions where you made a bad decision, but then you were able to learn and grow from that bad decision? What are your top three? Okay, who would like to share their best bad decision?
Can I go?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yes, Sunny. So 2014, I was working in Singapore for 5 years. I was at the peak of my career, and then I decided that I want to try something on my own, and I left my highly paid job, and I just moved to India. Took a break, and then reflected that what should I do now? Um, and then I started training business, and then I got associated with ITBD and other companies. So initially, it I thought that it's a bad decision. My parents were not happy with that. But then eventually, it became the best of the decisions that I've made in my life. Second one is, Sunny, I moved to UK. I did my masters. um, Enrolling into masters at the age of 40 was not easy. I thought it's going to be easy, but I'm not very good with studies. So initially I thought that it's a bad decision, but then eventually I completed it, and then it was a very good learning experience for me. um, and then I moved here. So initially I thought that these are bad decisions, but then they turned out to be the best.
Yes, and if you didn't make that bad decision, on a lighter note. Okay, yeah, no, there is always value in making a bad decision, and as long as you are able to learn and grow and transform from that bad decision. Any other bad decision? I know this is probably the hardest thing to share.
I think Jerome has one.
Yes, hi, good morning, Sunny. So I'll share one. So in 2017, I felt that I made a bad decision in accepting a role that had me spend a considerable amount of time outside of the country and away from my family. It was such a big struggle for me. But I see it best now because that opportunity, that choice gave me the opportunity to meet a lot of great people, colleagues. I had a chance to experience different countries' culture, and it also helped me progress in my professional career.
That is so awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Jerome. James.
Hi, Sunny. Hi, everyone. So back in 2007, I had a great career in music, and maybe 2 years after that, I lost that opportunity because of mismanagement. And I remember you saying, "What happened, James? What happened to that career?" And after that one, I didn't continue. It was a bad decision until now. I still regret, not continuing that. And in 2017, that was 2007, and then a year after, a decade after, that's when I decided to, you know what, I'm gonna go back to that. And 2022 is when Anna found me, and I'm in this business again. I'm this in the music and filmmaking industry again, and I'm so glad that I made the best decision in my life in joining, working with Sunny and IT by Design. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Jim. James, thanks for sharing that journey. And no, I truly appreciate what you have done here. So you're in your unique ability zone where you love what you do, and it's a good partnership, good collaboration here. Uh, yeah, so your bad decisions becoming gratitude. Okay, anyone else who wants to share that? I know Vipin, yeah, I think Vipin, go ahead, Vipin.
I was in United States, New York. I was working on L1 visa in 2009, and just at the end of the 3 years, by 2011, I made a bad decision. I think at that time that I wanted to go home, India. I wanted to be with my family, and my company wanted me to extend the L1, and but I made a bad decision. I thought that time, but eventually, when I came back to India, I actually realized that my father, who was suffering from Alzheimer, and the way my family, my mother and my wife, they were taking care of him, they never told me, what kind of conditions they were going through. And it was just the bad decision that I took, and I actually got to know, what is happening back in India. So that was the best bad decision I had taken in my life.
Thanks for sharing that. When it comes to what matters the most, right, your loved ones,
Yeah,
people that you love, people that matters to you, being with them is so precious. It's priceless.
true,
So
Sunny.
thanks for sharing that. And now I know a lot of more people want to share their bad decisions. What a wonderful world when we can all share like a family our worst indecisions and our best bad decisions. That means it's like really family type of team, that group that we have at work. That is so wonderful. With the time that we have left, 7 minutes, I want to take a couple of minutes on your present indecisions so that we can think of what are the indecisions that we have today, and then think of clarity or things that we'll talk about how to take those indecisions and put them in the either best decisions or best bad decisions. Think of three indecisions in the moment right now. What are you struggling with to make a decision? So now take one indecision and write down what matters, why it is important to you, what truly matters most in the situation that you're dealing with. Can you write down one word? So if there is an indecision name in the bullet point one on the left, on the right side, write down one or two words that makes you think in terms of what matters. So you have clarity on, you're looking for clarity. What is the priority for that indecision? What matters? Then number two thing that you do is you might have three choices. Let's say health. I want to join a gym. What matters most to me is being healthy. Okay, I could be, it's probably I'm in that indecisive state because I'm not probably able to make a decision on what gym that I want to go to or what time I should go to. So write down, or the choices that you have, many different choices. So write down, narrow it down to two to three realistic options to reduce your choices. And then the third thing that you do is set a deadline. Give yourself a time limit to decide. The most important piece, that overthinking that you might have to go through, what is the timeline, the deadline to make a decision. Exercise courage and confidence. Clarity gives you confidence to make a decision. And knowing that your best bad decisions are better than your indecisions. So, with that, we will be closing. You have the tool to reflect more. This is a life skill that you will always need, and you will always be more successful if you are a person who knows how to make decisions and increase your chances of making better decisions, quality decisions. My decision to go start going to gym in the morning about 5, 6 years ago, every single day, was a decision that I had to follow up and follow through with discipline. And now I'm probably 10, 15 years younger than the way I was 10 years ago with my tech tummy. Giving up on, like, every 3 months, first 3 months of every year, I take a break from my fun evening time of partying. Wherever you go to party, you have a drink. So not drinking is a decision which, and then you eat a lot more samosas and Abhishek, I know how good they are. So giving up on that, I mean, we have to in life to give up to go up, and I am realizing it how the my so I'm starting my Everest base camp journey on Monday. So how you have to give up on a lot of weight that you carry to go up is really, really important. And I'm realizing it right now more and more that you're limited to just a little bit of weight and you have to pack everything in there to have that 9 day hiking up the mountain. And I'm like, I don't have this. Okay. You have to make a choice. Take weight and get tired on the way or take less weight. So you have to give up to go up. And it could be samosa, it could be a drink, it could be bad food, it could be bad relationships, it could be bad activities that you do in terms of career, and move to the unique ability activities where you produce best results and you're happy. And it could be bad choices overall from the impact point of view, the impact that you're making in your life. So learn how to make best bad decisions, and your ratio of great decisions will automatically go up. All right, team. Thank you, and have an amazing weekend. I hope you learned something, and we learned something together. And you take care. Have a great rest of the week.